Yes. We'll start with a basic question. When was your team founded? What was the story behind your team starting the FRC adventure?
It was in 2002. We had a physics professor that started to teach here, and he known about FIRST robotics competition. So he told his students about what FIRST was, and especially FRC. And then he decided to implement it in our school. Like before, he had already created another team that is 383, that is also in Brazil as well. But we were the second team founded in Brazil, and we are like the biggest team now. So that's the story. Like he went to teach here in school and he implemented FRC here. And since then we have been running as a team. Like we have been having new generations every year and we have never stopped since 2002.
Then when was your team founded?
What? Sorry?
When was your team founded? Like year?
The year that your team founded.
Was 2002.
Okay. Thank you. So we can move on to the next question.
Okay. How is the sociological structure of your team? For example, do you have any members from different countries?
No, we don't have any members from other countries. Like in our team, they're just students from our school. Like we are a private school, so the requirement is to be part of the school to study here on the high school. Oh my God, I said school several times, but this is the requirement.
Yeah, and our school is a pretty diverse school actually, and it's really nice talking about like getting to know everyone and their different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And özel and iklim.
You can move on.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
We were talking with are the other members.
They're gonna ask you some questions. We were saying that to them.
Do you think there's a balanced gender distribution among your team members? Can you give us a ratio or specific number that shows the gender distribution among your team?
So in our team, we have founded the Girls in Control project in order to increase the number of female members in our team, because we have realized that in 2018 we had only 2 girls and we had like 20 boys, and this isn't right. So we decided to motivate the girls from our school to enter the team. So we created this project to like incentivize them to join our team and join STEM areas in general and to become leaders. So we have run a lecture in our school with all students from high school, and we talked about the project. And we have ran an off-season event where the girls build their own robot and they compete by themselves. So these were like the actions in order to decrease this gender gap that we had in our team. So nowadays our team is really well divided, like half are girls and half are boys, like really half, 50%. And since then, we were able to decrease this gender gap, and that's how we did it. And we are still running this project in order to like motivate other girls from school that are not in the project. Well,
yeah, and also like give visibility to the girls in our school.
Yeah,
because we have like a lot of really hardworking chicks in our team, and sometimes their work gets kind of like overshadowed by some other person's work, and it's really nice and really thoughtful to like give them more visibility and give them a space to shine as girls.
Yeah, and we have been bringing this project like to outside of our school as well. We have been visiting like centers with other girls and like those kind of institutions that only have girls. You know, we have been working with them as well, social institutions in NGOs, in order to motivate this girl as well. We have been running like several projects and several workshops, and we have like even wrote a book with famous women that have done like important inventions and changes to science and technology. So we have been presenting this to our school and to our community as a whole. So this is how we decrease the gender gap in our team.
Thank you
so much.
It's so nice to motivate the girls for robotic and STEM in the world. As you know, girls are not that important for in robotics files. I like your projects and your workings.
Also, I want to add that we have a similar project to yours. Like we wrote a book about like how girls can be empowered in STEM and robotics areas. Like a girl, like she's at she's like 7 years old and she starts a robotics journey and she like I don't know. Ella's robotics journey is the name of the book, and she just
she tried to found a new robotic team for their school,
Yes.
but many of people tried to make her like how can I say that?
like there were some objections in her way, so she had to go through them and she had to solve these problems that she faced in this area, and that's our like main theme for the book. And we also like gave these books when we went to some schools in rural areas, and we made them like read these books, and if they are interested they can contact with us, and we can start a robotics journey with them. And we got positive results from that, and we have several FLL teams in rural areas now, like in Turkey. And that's all I wanted to add. Like we really agree with your idea and we support it.
Oh, thank you. Really nice action of you.
Yeah, like this project is so nice, actually.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
To, like, your team and stuff.
Thank you. So we can move on with the second question.
Okay. As you know, working as a team is a quite difficult situation. How do you continue your teamwork? Could you share a project that you guys created as a whole team?
Yeah, like working as a team is really difficult because we're not always going to have everyone motivated. So we have developed one specific project to keep guys motivated that is called badging. Like in the United States, I think there's this culture of, I don't know how to say escoteiros.
Is it scouts?
Like scouts. I don't know, I don't remember the word right now, but they have like little badges for actions they do. And
Like
so
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, yeah. And we have been doing that inside our team. Like we have 3 levels in each area of our team, like marketing. If you done a post on social media, you will win 1 badge. If you have guaranteed a sponsor for the team, you will win another badge. Like this is a way to keep them motivated. And inside our team, like we have really specific areas. So like it doesn't happen all the time to everyone work together. Like everyone has its specific role. And I think that's a good way to keep everyone with chores and their own tasks. So what we do is to divide them into design, like the guys who project the robot and like do the drawings and stuff. Mechanics, they are the ones who will like build the robot and use those machines to cut pieces and material and, you know, like build the robot. We have the control system, that is the ones who deal with electronics and programming. And we have the marketing area, that is the ones who deal with social media and promote our team. We have outreach, who are the ones who take care of the awards and social actions and chairmans and all those stuff. And we have also business, who is the one that we have a good contact with our sponsors. So I think and the only time that we really work together, like with everyone, I think is during the building season. But like by everyone doing their own tasks, we are working together, you know, like from the point that they have their own tasks, we are reunited as a group that everyone has its own function. So that's how we work together, like everyone doing their own part.
Yeah, I felt like our team is kind of like structured like a business.
Yeah.
Rather than like a
We're a little
team.
company.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you for your answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Next question. Team dynamics is an important factor for all of teams. What do you think about your team's dynamic?
Like you said, you were like a business, but when a conflict comes up, like when there's a problem, how do you solve it in your team? Like, do you vote on something, or I don't know?
Yeah. So in our team, we have leaders for each area. Like we have our main mentor, we have a team captain, and we have leaders for each one of these areas. Like is a structure, like a pyramid. So if everyone like have some trouble, they have to report it to the leader of the area. And then if this leader can solve it, then this goes to the team captain and then to the main mentor. Like, so the students can get really motivated and see other students as examples and as a way of solving the problems. So it gives more time for the mentor to manage the team as a whole, like taking care of everyone and not just of every single student. So this is a good way of solving problems. Like we have those leaders are main veterans, people that have been some time in the team, like 2 or 3 years. So they have really good experience to help the freshmen and people who are entering the team right now. So this is how we solve problems. We have like references inside each area. And if these problems can be solved by them, we give it to our mentor and our team captain.
Yeah, and something that I think is really important to add is that we try to make our team a egoless environment as possible.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we are like really afraid of saying, oh, I messed the thing up. But we are constantly talking about how we are doing this for the team and not for ourselves. And that everybody like doesn't quite know what they're doing sometimes, and it's totally okay for us for help.
Yeah, we always incentivize our team members to report if they have a problem, because it happens, like it's normal. We don't know anything. Like we don't know everything, sorry. So it is important to always have this in mind that they can talk to us if they have any problem, like related to the robot or related to outreach or anything. So that's how we solve problems inside 1156.
Thank you. Like we have the same dynamics, like similar dynamics as well. Like we try to solve the problems we face together, like, and we agree with your like egoless idea, because like everyone is equal in our team. Like of course we have leaders, but the like work and the like current like I don't know, quality of the like members is the same for us. So that's why we treat each other with respect, and when there's always treat like when something happens, we don't shout or yell at each other, and that's how we solve things, I guess.
So it's very important to always be calm, you know, because there are new persons in the team. And so we do the same things, and congrats for doing it too.
Thank you.
I guess we can move on to the next question. What are your team's current projects? Can you explain a few of your projects to us? Maybe your favorite ones or your newest ones?
Sure. So we have been running several projects now. Like our team is really strong in the outreach. We have like won Chairman's 5 times, and we have been classified as a Chairman's World finalist. So we are a really strong team in this aspect. So like, I think that my favorite project is one that already happened, but it was being establishing FTC in Brazil, because we only had FLL and FLL. Like we only had FLL. We had like thousands of teams, and there was nowhere to go after the students reached like the maximum age. Like if they reach 18 years old, there was nothing to do after that. So with our local first operator, that is SESI, we have been working with them to establish FTC here. Like during the 2018 championship, we hosted a guided tour with SESI representatives. They're the national first operator in Brazil, and we taught them about FTC and FRC and how those categories work and how it could be applied in Brazil, because we already had FRC teams here, but we were obligated to compete in other countries because we don't have regionals here, and we are still having to do that. So after we talked with them about FTC, they decided to establish it here. So we started 16 FTC teams, and our team helped to mentor them and to assist them with everything they needed, like material, classes, everything. Like we have a kind of a hotline that they can always send messages and call us if they need. So we have spent like several messages and several hours in video calls training them, and including the judges and their coaches and their mentors. So it was like a really, really big action that our team has developed. So now we have FTC in Brazil because of this. And now we intend to do the same with FRC. Like we have already done an off-season event here, and we invited the representatives of the national operator to watch the event so they could, learn more about FRC and give us a chance to compete here without having to go to other countries and spend a lot of money. It's very expensive. So after they saw what we have done in 2019, that was the off-season Brazil, we helped them to run a second off-season this year that was their own off-season. So all FRC teams from Brazil could compete and gain awards, and they could like compete from their own labs with their robots in live videos. Like there was a camera recording everything. So they could like really compete as an original, but everyone could compete from home. So it was a really good thing. And because of this action, SESI now is thinking about implementing FRC in Brazil again, because we had it since 2007. Like it was the last year that we have FRC regionals here. But as I said, it was very expensive. So they couldn't handle to keep it here. So because of this action that was really good and really, sorry, there's people here, and really important, now we are able to establish another category here. So I think this is one of my favorite projects. After we established FRC, now we want to do the same with FRC. And I know there are a lot of projects that I like. I have been the outreach leader for quite a while, so I can keep going on and talking about everything. But I think that I should mention another project that we started during the quarantine that is called Robots for All. We have like built little kits with small pieces and components from electronics. Like we have some here like Arduino, and there are jumpers as well. And we have done it in a low cost kit, and we have sent it to 5 states in Brazil from quarantine students, so they could keep learning about robotics and electronics during the pandemic. So it was a really good action because we have sent material to them as well, like video classes they could access every time and every day. And I think this is one of our biggest projects during the quarantine, because we were able to keep our project and our team going on even during this difficult time that everyone has faced. So I know I talked a lot, but those are my two favorite projects. Yeah.
Thank you. Also, I want to state that like we are aware of the like first projects, like the problem that was given, like there are not many regionals in some areas. Like we have 3 regionals in Turkey right now, and there are some teams that comes from the near countries, like from Poland, Slovakia, and it's not that near, but they come because like they don't have any regionals in their areas. And I guess it's very hard for them to come here since it's COVID-19 and stuff. And it's very expensive, and I really liked your project especially. And thank you for your contribution. We can move on with the next question. Also, don't worry about like we want you to talk, so don't worry about it.
Hey, thank you.
You guys, can you guys give like 5 seconds? We need to like only change a little where we sit it.
Yeah, because
Like it'll be fast. We're going to some
other room, because they're going to have a class here. We'll be right back. We're back.
Hi,
Hello
everyone.
again.
Hello.
Hi.
Then I'm asking the last question. Can you share with us a funny memory that happened to you during a competition or tournament?
We have tons of it. So so I in our off season we had like happened 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
I started recording vlogs. Like I felt like I was a YouTuber of some kind, and it was a really nice moment for us to really like slow down a little bit and appreciate what we're doing and us as a team. And yeah, like it's super simple. Like I literally went on YouTuber as a day, but it was really fun, and I'm really glad I did it.
Yeah, and we also have like fun memories at the regionals when we were able to compete in person before COVID. So I remember one day that we really needed a gear and we didn't have one. So I remember that I went from every pit stop, calling everyone and saying, "Hey, do you have a gear?" And I was showing pictures on my cell phone. And I remember that a lot of people said, "Yes, we have, but we can only handle it to you later." And I said, "Okay." And then I went to my pit without no gears. And then all these people came back, a lot of people with a lot of gears. And it was really fun because there was like a lot and I couldn't decide which one we needed to use. So it was like really lots of options. And I said that I thought that by saying, "Oh, later we will handle it to you," they wouldn't, but they did. Like they appeared from nowhere with everything and it was really funny, but it's really important because I could realize how first teams are responsible and how they honor their word. So it was really interesting and really fun at that time.
The thing that I really like about first is how we are friends with each other.
Yeah.
Because like in the competition, it doesn't really like will help much if you be mean with other people. Like,
Yeah.
and I really love it about it.
Yeah, it's the thing about competition. Everyone is like cooperating with everyone in order to compete. So this is the time that I realized that it's real. Like every team thinks about that and they apply that in their daily basis. So this is my fun memory.
Thank you. Like we couldn't find any first aid kits in our package. Like we couldn't find any first aid kit, and it's like the most basic thing, and we could find it anywhere. But that day we couldn't find any because like it was our first face-to-face competition since like COVID happened, and so we didn't know we needed a first aid kit. So then we started searching for it, and then an hour later we like paid a lot of money for that when we found it. Like, yeah, medication or something. That was a funny memory, and we really liked yours. And thank you for your contribution. Like we can finish here, I guess. And thank you. Do you have?
No, thank you. And we like you so much. And maybe we can do it later sometimes.
Like we can keep doing these meetings in like later because our FRC bounds and stuff.
And maybe we can tell our FRC stories to you, funny other stories that we cannot mention about.
And
thank you so much.
Thank you guys for your questions. You guys are so fun. Thank you.
So that's all. Thank you again, and we'll see you again, I guess. Goodbye.
Hopefully. Oh, thank you so much. Bye. Have a nice day.